All right, so late last week, we got the official confirmation from Nintendo that US and Canada pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 will indeed go live on April 24th. And now we have exact live times for many of the retailers that you will want to purchase this console from here in the US. The retailers that will be selling it, the big ones here locally that we are covering in this video, is Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and GameStop. There are some unique advantages and disadvantages from each one of these retailers that I will go over with you in this video. We will also be covering the exact stock drop live times because many of these retailers fortunately have given us a heads up on that, so you can know exactly when they're going to drop and when to be ready to pre-order. And lastly, a whole host of tips and tricks on what you'll want to do to be notified for restocks, as well as just when these things go live, because there will be a wave 1 of pre-orders, then we'll get some restocks from these retailers and probably get a wave 2 as well. So there's a few different things in case you miss out on the first wave that you're going to want to be prepared for and have set up. Oh, and I should say, actually, lastly, not the tips and tricks portion, but we're also going to mention how you can legit, no joke, with trade-in, get a Nintendo Switch 2 for $274.99 USD, that is. So lots of exciting new information we're going to unpack today, but before we do, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification to join Sunbro Nation if you're new here. And I want to first kick it off right over at X, where Nintendo, who is one of the accounts you will want to follow for the stock tracker portion of this and the tips and tricks that we will get to. But basically, they have a nice little consolidated post here with the official confirmations. This is not leaks or speculation or anything like that. This is legitimate times communicated from the retailers on when they will go live for Switch 2 pre-orders. All of them are happening on April 24th, but many of them will actually be happening for the 23rd late at night for you. So that is something worth noting. Also, quick call out before we walk through these individually. It looks like Amazon won't be selling the Switch 2 or first party games at all. Now, Nintendo and Amazon have kind of a storied history recently, something of a falling out in terms of them doing business together. So Amazon's off the table for us here in the US. That means these major 4 retailers are the ones you're going to want to look at. So another Switch 2 pre-order timing update, and we have Walmart. This is April 24th at 12 a.m. Eastern time. Now, Walmart, to spend a quick moment on them, 12 a.m. Eastern time is obviously going to be 11 p.m. Central time and 9 p.m. Pacific time. So late at night, but the night before. So don't try to wake up and start to pre-order Walmart in the morning. They're already going to be gone by then. These are for sure going live at the end of the night. And Walmart's also made a very interesting promise for the delivery of the Nintendo Switch 2, which is that they will have your Nintendo Switch 2 console shipped to you and actually delivered to your door by 9 a.m. the local time on the launch date of June 5th. So kind of a nice thing that you're not going to be checking your UPS tracking all day, waiting to see if your Walmart delivery driver is going to make it to you by 7 or 8 p.m. and you're already off work and you're waiting to play the console. Not the case. Walmart's own claim is that they'll have it to you by 9 a.m. What happens if they don't get it there by 9 a.m.? Who knows? I mean, maybe it's something to trust, maybe it's not. But anyway, nonetheless, I do want to highlight them as probably a pretty good option to go with if you want to pick up the console or get it delivered rather, and have that confirmation that it's going to be there earlier in the day. So definitely not a bad option for your pre-order. GameStop, we're going to come back to because I have a lot to say on them. Target will also be going live that same night, same time as Walmart. So 12 a.m. Eastern time, that's 11 p.m. Central and 9 p.m. Pacific. And Target, I believe you're just going to be able to have the option to do in-store pickup, or you could, of course, have it delivered, curbside pickup, all the same. But anyway, I would probably just go do the pickup if you can, because I don't think they're making any kind of claim in terms of delivering it to you early in the day. So I would probably just pick like curbside, go check in on the app and pick it up that way on June 5th when it launches, to basically have it earlier in the day if that's what you were wanting to do. But whenever it does come to shipping, well, it's a good option for it going live early. It is not, doesn't really have any kind of bonus incentive that I've seen besides that. Best Buy, unfortunately, no time confirmed yet, but in terms of when they go live for the pre-orders. Now, they may update this later, and if they do, I'll make a quick community post, so make sure you're subbed to the channel with notifications on and everything. But as of right now, Best Buy has no time frame confirmed for their pre-orders. There are some rumors that I've seen circulating suggesting that Best Buy are also going live at the same 12 a.m. Eastern time, which is 11 p.m. My time in Central, where I'm at. But anyway, we don't have that confirmation yet, but I do think the Best Buy is going to align when Walmart and Target go live as well. And they are also a really nice option for your pre-order because they have officially communicated that they will be doing a midnight launch for this console. I believe it's just about at all stores, or it's at least a lot of them, but you probably want to check with your local Best Buy ahead of time and make sure that they will be doing a midnight launch. But that's going to be an excellent way to go pick up your console a little bit early. I think they were saying that they're doing the midnight launch at like 12 a.m. Eastern time as well, which might mean you can go pick it up earlier on June 4th, essentially, you know, where I'm at. That would be 11 p.m. Central Time and or 9 p.m. Pacific Time. So definitely check out Best Buy. They're a nice option, and I also like their retail checkout and queue system. Nothing's perfect from any of these retailers, but I have had luck with Best Buy in the past on very high demand console launches. So I do like them as a good pre-order option. Okay, from there, GameStop. So they are the one that is actually going live different times than the others. So it's worth noting here, and I will actually read through their official post that is also linked here. Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders begin in-store when doors open on April 24th, 2025, and online at 11 a.m. Eastern time on the same day. Okay, so what does this mean? This means you want to actually, if you are wanting to skip the online fighting with bots and things like that, and not having to worry about seeing that add to cart button, grayed out, and it's something that you've had bad experiences in the past with online stock drops like this, and I don't blame you if you have. It's literally crazy to get high in-demand products. But anyway, GameStop is offering in-store walk-in pre-orders, but you will want to get there early when the store opens. If you really want to play it safe, especially if you're in a busy city, I would get there a few hours before they open. So find out what time they're opening, get there a few hours before, stand in line like the good old days. And, you know, while we don't know their day one stock, there have been reports that 100 consoles per store is what the launch stock is looking like. I don't know if that's separate from pre-order stock or not, but I think that GameStop's going to get a decent amount of inventory allocation. And so as long as you're in a line that doesn't have like 50 to 100 people ahead of you, you're probably going to be safe to just wait it out and get an in-store pre-order there. Although nothing's guaranteed, but that is kind of what it's sounding like from GameStop. You also have midnight releases will be held in all stores. So I really like GameStop as a pre-order option at this point, and a way that you can get the Switch 2 console cheaper that we're going to dive into in just a second. But midnight releases will be held in all stores June 5th, 2025 at 12 a.m. Eastern time, June 4th, 2025 at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So what I think is happening on Best Buy is for sure happening at GameStop, which is that in Central Time, that's going to be 11 p.m. on June 4th for me. And if you live out in the West Coast, I mean, you're literally talking about getting your console 9 p.m. the day before it launches, which is like an awesome, huge win, obviously. So anyway, that's a really cool thing. And then GameStop will offer, and this is big also, a transfer and trade program to seamlessly upgrade to Switch 2 without losing your data. More details to come. We may make a follow-up if it's like a complicated process that they outline, but I don't think it's going to be. The Switch 1 will probably get some kind of software update to transfer all your data. Well, you can already do it to a Switch 1 console, but it'll probably be like that if you've ever transferred all your stuff from one Switch 1 to another Switch 1. It's probably going to be like that, but just Switch 1 to Switch 2. And there's going to be some kind of firmware update that goes live that will allow it to do that. And GameStop is promising you that not only will they give you your trade-in credit towards the Switch 2, but they're going to give you that window of time to essentially do a console transfer right then and there before you give them your old Switch 1, which is like a huge benefit. So if you are going to try to trade in your current console, because of course the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, it is a great opportunity to do that. And also, GameStop's trade-in value isn't bad in my opinion. I mean, you're going to be able to get more if you resell it on the market yourself, but by the time you factor in things like eBay fees, or, you know, a lot of the different online retailers, if you're not doing something like Marketplace where it's like a local meetup, there's always a fee involved. And I think if you factor in that fee to what you could maybe get for your current console, these prices are not bad in my opinion. So you have Stealth's post here, which says GameStop trade-in prices towards Switch 2 aren't bad. Switch 2 OLED trade-in value is $175. That makes the Switch 2 $174.99. So that's where that number comes from for your actual purchase price if you are trading in a Switch OLED. If you trade in the base model Switch, it is $125 off, which will make the Switch 2 $324.99. And if you have a Switch Lite sitting around, you'd still get $100 for that, which is actually probably one of the better trade-ins. So if you're not using a Switch Lite anymore, you don't intend to after this, you can get $100 off by trading it in. So the fact that they have a trade-in program like that, and they also allow you to transfer all your data off the old console to the new console, really cool thing. So Now let's shift the conversation into kind of some tips and tricks and general best practices that you're going to want to be aware of for the pre-order times. And the man right here, Jake Randall, this is who you want to follow probably above everybody else. I will also shout out Nintendo because they also keep a very close eye on all of this stuff and all things stock drops. Basically, create an X account if you don't already have one. Have the notify button on for all notifications. You want to make sure that you get all their notifications because these accounts are literally going to go live immediately with links and the exact pre-order ones that you will want to be aware of. And if you do end up missing out on like the first round of pre-orders, you know, these are the type of accounts that are going to notify you as soon as a restock happens. And that's where that, you know, being signed in ahead of time to everything and really paying attention to your notifications and just at a moment's notice, being able to pull up and add to cart and check out. That's what you want to essentially do. And I will also have this post linked in my description down below, which is an important one because you can actually bookmark all of the pre-order links for the consoles ahead of time. Like for example, the Best Buy one, there you already have the coming soon button. So you can literally be on this page and be ready to go as soon as they're about to go live, like literally refreshing at the time that they are supposed to go live. So that way you can immediately hit add to cart. The other very important thing is that you are signed in to all of your retail accounts ahead of time on whatever browser you will be using and or the app. So if you're going to be using the smartphone app for any of these retailers, be signed in ahead of time, have valid payment information on file, and also have your accurate shipping information on file ahead of time. These are crucial steps. If you take the time to fill out this stuff after the fact, you're probably going to miss your opportunity to check out with the system. So these are very important for Best Buy, Target, Walmart, GameStop. I would go ahead and create profiles for all of them if you don't already have them. Make sure they're signed in on your browser and ready to go. And also make sure that a valid payment method that has the money for the full cost of the console. Some of them, like GameStop, I think they're taking $100 deposits. A lot of times retailers like to touch the account for the full retail price. And then as long as that's in there, they just release it back to your card until the console actually ships or until you come pick it up. But anyway, you do want to have basically the full balance just in case on any card you're going to use. In my opinion, I would do that to be on the safe side, and everything has to be valid from a shipping perspective. So do that kind of stuff ahead of time. I should also lastly mention, if all else fails and you honestly already want to have this set up ahead of time anyway, register your interest over at the My Nintendo store because they are doing their pre-order starting May 8th, and this is a direct from Nintendo purchase. And so we don't know what shipping times look like. Hopefully they get to you right on the console launch date and early in the day, but regardless, this is a great backup option to have. But there are some requirements you have to hit in order to actually order from the My Nintendo store because they are actually trying to stop scalpers from being able to buy this stuff up. So they require you to have actually a paid Nintendo Switch online membership for at least 12 months that has to be active, no lapse. It has to be active for the 12-month period, paid for 12 months. You also have to have 50 hours of total gameplay logged as of April 2nd on your Nintendo account. Like whatever's tied to your Nintendo Switch profile, it's going to be able to see if you play games on the Switch or not. They're trying to get the consoles to people who are going to buy and play games. So that's Nintendo's way of weeding out brand new accounts to try to get that stuff. But you can pick either the Switch 1 base console or the bundle with Mario Kart World for your interest to actually order directly from Nintendo, and those will go out May 8th. And they also have a 72-hour window, according to them, from when you get the actual email to when you are actually able to purchase. But I would just try to do it right away, obviously. But monitor whatever email is set up for your Nintendo account. But this is a great backup plan if everything goes sideways with these other retailers and bots win out and you don't end up getting your pre-order secured. So last thing to very briefly mention, I don't want to spend much time on it, but just in case if you missed the last news piece, we do have accessories launching with the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. There are new and old prices because unfortunately the tariff situation has struck the Nintendo Switch 2 accessories. Joy-Con 2s, they went up by $5, but that did bump them up to $94.99, which is obviously like a crazy price. The dock set by itself actually got hit by $10. It's one of the more expensive standalone pieces. That's $119.99 now. So just be aware of these different price increases for any accessories you might want to be purchasing around the launch window as well. But best of luck to everybody on securing a day one console. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to be pre-ordering online, if you're going to try to go to GameStop right when they open and do it that way. Will you be trading in a Switch 1 to get your Switch 2 at a more discounted rate? Or are you just ready to spend that $449 or $499 full retail for either the base console or the console with Mario Kart World? So Make sure you share all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below before you leave, regardless if we agree or disagree. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. And with that, I've been Sunbro, you've been Nation. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.